Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to today's second portion of Public Facilities Commission meeting dealing with the Mayor's Office of Housing. I will turn this over to TT.
Thank you, Chair Craven. Good morning again, Commissioners. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Colleen, if you would please conduct the roll call of meeting participants.
Thank you, TT. Participants, please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the Commission. Catherine Craven, Chair.
Present.
Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
Donald Ray, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, Article Clerk. And next with the Mayor's Office of Housing, Rick Wilson, Deputy Director for Administration and Finance.
Present.
Joe Backus, Senior Development Officer, Neighborhood Housing Development Division.
Present.
Nerlise Janus, Project Manager, Real Estate Management and REMS and Sales Division.
Present.
Julio Pilier, Development Officer, NHD.
Present.
And I'll read for the record the remainder of the individuals who are in attendance but will not be presenting in today's meeting. Attendees do not need to unmute your device when your name is called. Elizabeth Feltner, paralegal for the PFC. Lauren Forbes, Assistant Corp Counsel, Law Department. James McDonough, Senior Staff Attorney, MOH. Antonio Leish, Senior Development Officer, NHD. Rosemary Chung, Dell, Acting Assistant Director, REMS. Give me 2 seconds, I'm sorry. Karina Oliver Milchman and Anna Hiran Verez. And this completes the roll call. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Colleen. Beginning this morning, we have Rick Wilson, Deputy Director for Administration and Finance, appearing for the Mayor's Office of Housing. Mayor's Office of Housing has 5 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by Joe Backer, Senior Development Officer for Neighborhood Housing Development of MOH. This is an amendment to the tentative developer designation vote of June 15, 2022 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 12 to 24 months to Madison Park Development Corporation. This is for vacant land located at 7581 Dudley Street, Roxbury. Joe, if you would please present vote number 1.
Thank you, TT, and good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval of an extension of the tentative developer designation of Madison Park Development Corporation for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Roxbury section of Boston. As background, the PFC voted to approve a 24-month tentative developer designation of Madison Park on July 18, 2019, and a subsequent 9-month extension was approved on August 18th of 2021. However, subsequent to these votes, the development team determined that changes to the site plan and building layout were needed in order to comply with city requirements for the protection of street trees bordering the parcel, including a change in the number of total proposed residential units. In the course of progressing these new designs and revised budget, the tentative developer designation lapsed. The PFC voted on June 15th, 2022 to approve a 12-month tentative developer designation that included the new development plan. You can see the enclosed project memo submitted with the Commission vote request for the full process development and designation background. This project will create 15 total homeownership residential units comprising 4 one-bedroom units and 11 two-bedroom units. The homes will be affordable to households with incomes at 80% and 100% of the area median income. The request for this time extension is due to a significant redesign of the proposed development to protect the existing assets on the site. This redesign process required coordination with several city agencies in order to ensure that the new building layout and programming would satisfy the community goals for the site. The current designs are at the schematic level and will need to be re-advanced through design development and construction drawings. Furthermore, because of the changes to the footprint, Madison Park will have to repeat the zoning and Article 80 review processes. If the PFC votes to approve this extension of the tentative developer designation, Madison Park will prepare a full revision of schematic designs for the project. which will subsequently be used to file a notice of project change to the Boston Planning and Development Agency, apply for zoning approvals for the new building design, advance schematic designs through design development and construction drawings, and continue to finalize all the needed funding and financing commitments for this project. I've included slides related to this vote request, which are now displayed on the screen. The first is a site map, and the second is a current photograph of the site. So in summary, if the PFC approves this vote request, Madison Park will be able to continue progressing its designs and to pursue the permitting and funding required to begin construction. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Any questions from commissioners?
No, just more of a comment. I just want to thank Joe and the rest of the MOH team for fostering this project through understanding the complexities on maintaining that the tree canopy, which came out of the conversation about the community process. So again, thank you to the MOH team on that.
That's great. Great point, Donald. Okay, do we have a motion?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
TT, you're muted.
All right, thanks. Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is also being presented by Joe Backer. This is a request for amendment to the vote of August 18, 2021 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 48 months to 60 months to Cruz Development Corporation. This is, Joe, if you please present vote number 2.
Thanks, TT. I'm here requesting PFC approval for a 12-month extension to the tentative developer designation of Cruz Development Corporation for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. PFC voted to approve the 24-month tentative developer designation of Cruz Development on July 17, 2019, and voted to extend the designation on August 18 of 2021. Please see the enclosed project background memo submitted with the prior commission vote request for the full process, development, and designation background. Since the last PFC vote, Cruz Development has made significant progress in advancing this project. This includes receiving approval for site plans, building massings, and design documents from the City of Boston Civic Design Commission, and submitting applications for important funding to state agencies, including the Executive Office of Housing and Livable Communities and the Executive Office of Economic Development. Cruz Development has been in close and frequent contact with our team at the Mayor's Office of Housing to revise and update the plans and budgets for this complex project. And as all this work has moved forward, Cruz Development has worked hard to keep the community updated, including multiple updates delivered to the Roxbury Strategic Master Plan Oversight Committee, which originally endorsed the developer designation of Cruz Development. This extension request is a result of project-specific circumstances as well as larger trends that have influenced affordable housing projects across Boston. On the project level, the development team has responded to several constraints of the site that required considerable design changes, and they have devoted significant time, attention, and resources to advancing its design documents in a way that accommodates the needs of all the stakeholders at the site. And at a higher level, this project has faced the same shocks to the development industry that has been experienced by many affordable housing development teams in Boston, including steep increases to construction pricing and interest rate hikes, as well as increased insurance costs. So these factors have compounded to cause significant changes to the budgets of many affordable housing projects, and this project is not an exception. The Cruz Development team has been working very hard in partnership with MOH to update its project budget and identify a financially feasible path forward. I've included slides for the PFC The first shows a site map. The second and third slides each show renderings of the proposed project. And the fourth slide shows the current street level view of the site. Thanks. An extension of the tentative developer designation will allow Cruise Development to finalize its building permit application to the Inspectional Services Department, as well as to secure financing commitments from public and private lenders and investors. If PFC approves the time extension request, MOH expects to return to the PFC for a conveyance vote request when public and private funding sources are committed and project designs have been advanced sufficiently for construction to begin. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Thanks, Joe. I apologize to interrupt for 1 second. I just wanted to correct for the record that this is a vote request to extend the tentative designation and intent to lease period. I mistakenly stated intent to sell, so I apologize.
Thank you, TT.
Thanks, TT. Any questions from commissioners?
Just confirm, this is the old B2 and modern electric plated site, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, again, no questions, more comments. Again, Joe, I just want to thank you and the MOH team. The complexities, and Commissioner Mamoli would understand, it's a very challenging site, but still being able to really stay in line with what you heard from the community is exciting. So again, I know it's a challenge, but I commend you guys for the effort.
Thanks, Commissioner.
I agree with that. It is a challenging site. I would very clearly. Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 is being presented by Annalise Jennis, Project Manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division of MOH. This is a request for conveyance to Edwina J. Wynn for vacant land located at unnumbered parcel on Gladeside Avenue, Mattapan. The purchase price is recommended $94,500. Annalise, if you please present vote number 3.
Thank you, Dee. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the conveyance to Edwina J. Wynn for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Mattapan neighborhood of Boston. MOH conducted a public process that resulted in the developer designation and the following conveyance vote request. To refresh the Commission's memory, a community notification was mailed in December of 2020, February of 2021, and July of 2022 to inform of MOH's intent to issue an RFP for the parcel. A request for proposal was issued on July 11, 2022, and advertised in the State Central Register on July 13, 2022, the Boston Herald on July 11th and 18th of 2022, as well as the City Record on July 18th and the 25th of 2022. PFC approved tentative developer designation of Edwina J. Wynn on March 15th, 2023. The designation was advertised in the City Record on May 8th and 15th of 2023. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I have also provided a handout related to this vote request, which is displayed on the screen. The first being a site map showing the parcel itself. The second being an aerial view demonstrating the landlocked parcel. The direct abutter, Mrs. Wynn, will be utilizing the space as additional yard space and open space. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. It will return a vacant parcel in MOH's inventory for 49 years back to productive use and tax rolls. And this will also generate $94,500 in initial revenues from the sale. I am here to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments from the Commission?
No questions.
Just one comment, Liz. I just again want to thank the MOH team. It's very challenging getting our constituency to engage with us to dispose of parcels, and when we can do that and get a parcel that's been in our inventory for 49 years, it's very exciting. So thank you for the effort on that one, Liz.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That is
Thank
approved.
you. Vote number 3 is hereby approved. Vote number 4 is being presented by Julio Pillier, Housing Development Officer for the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of MOH. This is a request for tentative developer designation and intent to sell to ODJ Dev LLC. This is for vacant land for various parcels on Parker Street and for a parcel on Terrace Street and Jamaica Plain. Julio, if you would, the purchase price is recommended at $1,100. Julio, if you would please present your vote.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of ODJ Dev LLC, which we will refer to as ODJ for the parcels identified in vote package 4 in the Jamaica Plain neighborhood of Boston. These parcels were offered under a land disposition request for proposals issued by MOH, which included a preference for mixed-use, income-restricted homeownership and community garden space. The full package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. MOH staff met with community residents to discuss the development and design guidelines for the RFP on September 23rd, 2021, November 4th, 2021, February 3rd, 2022, and lastly on April 13th, 2022. After receiving resident support, MOH issued an RFP on September 6th, 2022, and it was advertised in the Boston Herald on September 5th, September 12th, 2022, the Central Registry on September 7th, 2022, and the City Record on September 12th and 19th, 2022. As part of the RFP, MOH also sponsored a pre-applicant information conference on September 15th, 2022, and the RFP responses were due on November 7th, 2022. As part of this process, MOH received 3 proposals to develop the sites that were identified in this package, and MOH also sponsored a community meeting to present the proposals and gather feedback on February 7th, 2023. Based on a team review of their responses and an analysis of the applications against the RFP evaluation criteria, ODJ is recommended as a designated developer for the sites that we have identified. The development team has demonstrated the ability required and the experience required to secure financing and undertake a project of the proposed size and scale successfully. And the proposal for mixed-use affordable homeownership, a community garden, and open space met the objectives outlined in the RFP for the sites. Furthermore, the development team is local-based and based in Boston, and the team composition is diverse and meets the goals outlined in the RFP for local WBE and MBE participation and inclusion. The development team presented their proposal at the meeting that MOH sponsored in February of 2023, and the proposal received extensive community support from residents and the abutters of the sites during the meeting and the subsequent 11-day public comment period. And as we noted above, based on the team review and the public comments, the ODJ proposal is preferred. To achieve the development plan, MOH proposes a land cost subsidy by reducing the sales price of the parcels to $100 per parcel to support the public benefit of creating affordable homeownership, a community garden space, and public open space. In return for the above, the project will provide the following public benefits, which include the creation of 40 income-restricted homeownership condominiums. All of the units will be deed-restricted to moderate and middle-income households making between 80 and 100% of the area median income, or AMI. And the proposal includes 20 income-restricted condominium units at or below 80% of AMI, and 20 units at or below 100% of AMI. The bedroom mix includes 8 one-bedroom units, 24 two-bedroom units, and 8 three-bedroom units. The proposal also includes 4,700 square feet of mission care incubator space, which will be realized in collaboration with the city's Office of Early Childhood Care, in addition to 14,000 square feet of community garden space and 15,000 square feet of green open space. The community garden space will be stewarded by the trustees of reservation, also known as the trustees. And the project also includes 34 off-street parking spaces, 1 shared EV charging station, and 4 ride-share parking spaces, in addition to 40 bicycle storage spaces. The sale of the 11 parcels will yield long-term financial benefits to the city. By removing these parcels from our inventory, the city can avoid future costs and liabilities associated with maintaining the properties. Some of these parcels have been in the city's care for a very long time, in some cases up to 60 years. So this will allow us to develop those sites and put them back into public benefit and public use. I have included some slides for the PFC. So this first slide is an aerial map of the sites. We did break up the sites for the purposes of the RFP into 2 sites. So site 1 are the 10 parcels along Parker Street, and site 2 is the large parcel on Terrace Street. Next slide, please. This is just a street view of the two sites that we mentioned on Parker and Terrace Street. Next slide, please. So this third slide is a preliminary rendering of the plans. So the top is the view of the mixed-use building on Terrace Street, and then the top is the rear view of the buildings from Parker Street, which also shows the public open space. Next slide, please. So this is an overview of the programming. It shows the building on Terrace Street, and then it also gives you an overview of the open space and also the community garden on Parker Street, and also the connecting way that will connect the two sites. Next slide. And this is just a continuation of the programming, which shows a breakdown of the units, the bedroom mix, and also some of the floor plans that are shown for the project. So if approved, this vote will enable ODJ to move forward with design work, permitting and financing, and MOH plans to return to PFC after the completion of key tasks for a conveyance vote. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have if necessary.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments?
No questions?
Just one comment. I want to say 10 years. I want to commend MOH on this. Commissioner Momola, you know this goes back a number of years.
Yes.
And that community has seen quite a bit of market rate housing going in over those 10 years. So I just, again, for us to have those 40 affordable condos, really exciting, going to make a huge impact for the community. So again, thank you for moving this deal forward over there.
Thank you.
Okay, do we hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
In a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank you. Vote number 4 is hereby approved. The final vote on today's agenda is vote number 5, being presented by Rick Wilson, Deputy Director for Administration and Finance. This is a request for amendment to the vote of February 16, 2022 Certificate of Authority. Rick, if you would please present vote number 5. Rick, sorry, Rick, are you there?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had muted. Let me start over. Sorry, Commissioners, apologize for being off camera. I did have to go off camera just to get ready to leave for an appointment. What we're doing here is just asking for your approval to update our list of signatures for on behalf of the department. We are adding Karina Oliver Milchman, who's our new Deputy Director for Policy Development and Research, and we're she's replacing Tim Davis, who left the department a few months ago. So if it's okay with you, I can just ask Karina to introduce herself and give you a little background on her.
Hello everyone, it's nice to be here and to meet you. My name is Karina, and as Rick said, I'm the new Deputy Director for Policy Development and Research at the Mayor's Office of Housing. I'm here by way of the Metropolitan Area Planning Council, which is the development agency for the Greater Boston, where I was Chief of Housing and Neighborhood Development, and led a team of planners and policymakers working in direct local technical assistance on housing, zoning, messaging, and policy matters, as well as working at the state level to shape the agency's policy agenda with the legislature. I'm really happy to be with MOH now and excited to dive into the various policy initiatives that they're doing. Thank you.
That's it for us, Commissioners. Any questions? Happy to answer them.
Great, no, thank you. Welcome aboard, Karina.
No questions? Welcome aboard.
There are no questions. Welcome aboard.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you very much, everybody.
You. Vote number 5 is hereby approved, and this concludes the agenda for MOH's meeting today. Is there a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Very good. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Have a good day.